A dramatic incident unfolded in Kursk, captured by a Ukrainian FPV drone, which shows what appears to be a fratricide between North Korean soldiers. The drone pilot flew directly between two soldiers, seemingly inciting a crossfire. In a panicked reaction, the soldiers opened fire at the drone, and one of them was struck. The soldier dropped his rifle and fell to the ground, seemingly injured in the crossfire. Ukrainian forces, including the Achilles Battalion, Ukrainian Guardsmen, and paratroopers, successfully thwarted a Russian breakthrough in the Kupiansk direction. The Russians attempted to push further into the region by advancing two columns of vehicles near the Oskil River. However, Ukrainian forces, alongside the 1st Buravii Operational Brigade and the 77th Separate Air Mobile Brigade, halted the enemy's mechanized offensive. In the ensuing battle, Ukrainian forces destroyed 21 Russian vehicles, including 2 T-80 tanks, 9 infantry fighting vehicles, and several other armored vehicles. In the Pokrovsk direction, Ukrainian forces showcased their sniping prowess, with a marksman successfully taking out a Russian soldier with a precise shot to the head. The footage from the front highlights the ongoing sniper engagements between Ukrainian and Russian forces. In Soledar, Donetsk region, Ukrainian forces dealt a devastating blow to enemy infantry. As Russian troops advanced, they were met with artillery fire, followed by a tank strike that eliminated the remaining forces. The footage underscores the effectiveness of Ukraine's artillery and armored units in repelling Russian advances. Russian ATV assault units were obliterated by Ukrainian FPV and bomber drones near the Toretsk front. The small vehicles, which offer little protection to riders, were vulnerable to drone strikes. While riders were able to dismount quickly, the destruction of the ATVs highlighted the effectiveness of Ukrainian drone operations against these light armored vehicles. In the Donetsk region, near the village of Konstantinopolsky, Ukrainian Marines successfully repelled a large mechanized Russian assault. The Russian forces, advancing in armored columns, met fierce resistance from Ukrainian Marines, who gave a strong rebuff, halting the enemy's push on the outskirts of their positions. The armed forces of Ukraine reported 207 combat clashes over the past 24 hours, with the fiercest fighting taking place on the Pokrovsk and Vremivka fronts and in the Kursk Oblast operational zone. Ukrainian defenders continue to repel Russian advances while inflicting heavy losses on enemy forces, according to the General Staff of Ukraine. Over the past day, Russia has reportedly suffered significant losses, including 1,820 soldiers killed or wounded, 29 armored combat vehicles, 32 artillery systems, and 15 tanks. Ukrainian forces successfully repelled a robust Russian attack on the Kupiansk front. A convoy of 5 Russian armored vehicles comprising 2 tanks and 3 infantry fighting vehicles was destroyed. The convoy was detected by aerial reconnaissance before reaching its destination. Ukrainian drones launched explosive strikes as the Russian infantry began disembarking from their vehicles. Subsequent drone attacks targeted personnel attempting to hide in a nearby forest. The 425th Oki Battalion of Unmanned Systems recorded significant success in ambushing a large enemy convoy of mostly civilian vehicles and 1 armored vehicle. Ukrainian ground forces confirmed the convoy's destruction, but did not disclose specific circumstances. Drone footage revealed the convoy operating near the front lines, likely as part of an assault or troop rotation. Ukrainian forces used drone-dropped explosives and artillery strikes to neutralize surviving infantry. Increasingly, Russian forces are using modified civilian vehicles, such as SUVs and off-road vehicles, to transport troops on the battlefield. On December 18, Ukraine's Special Operations Forces destroyed 18 Russian vehicles using FPV drones. Many of these vehicles, including domestic and foreign-made off-road cars, were modified for combat use. Common modifications include removing doors for faster troop deployment and adding makeshift armor. Footage from the Vyry Rupak 241 Brigade showcased Ukrainian operations in mountainous areas east of Rivne, where Russian forces have been active. The enemy is reportedly attempting to bypass Bromivka from the west and block Ukrainian supply routes in the Neskikny-Storozhov-Makarivka corridor to gain strategic ground near Velika Novosilka. On the Kursk front, Ukrainian soldiers employed Mk-19 grenade launchers against North Korean forces fighting alongside Russian troops. Drones captured footage of grenade launcher strikes against enemy infantry in open areas. Russia's strategy of relentless assaults, often described as a meat grinder, continues to exact a heavy toll on its forces. Reports indicate that North Korea may be sending troops to gain combat experience in these high-intensity battles.